What's up, guys? Jason from Breakpoint. Today, we're going to teach you how to make chicken fried steak the country way. All right, y'all. It's chicken fried steak day. So we're going to get down right into it, and we're going to make some gravy on Breakpoint. This is white gravy for chicken fried steak. So this is not about saving your calories. This is chicken fried steak, folks. We're going to eat good today. All right. Anytime you're messing with the gravy, we're going to need some kind of oil, some kind of fat. So in goes the butter. Today, for our house, we're going to make about 6 cups of gravy. So we're going to need some oil for that flour that we're going to use. We're going to make a roux, of course. So we're going to let this butter get all nice and happy up in there. See it sizzling there? That sizzling you hear is not actually butter, that's water. You want that out to get the extra flavor. So go ahead and just let that water get on out of there. That way you're just stuck with that nice golden beautiful butter, that taste that you love. You don't want to burn it. See it sizzling there? That's all water content. Now water is evaporating, and it's going to keep on evaporating because we're going to cook it. So make sure you have your whisk, and I would encourage you, if you're going to make this, have your ingredients right by you. It's not the time to go and grab this and grab that, because you don't want to burn the butter, nor do you want to burn your roux. So here we go with the roux. We're going to mix this in with the butter. Now, for you people that don't know how to make a roux, it's really important never to leave the stove, because you don't want to burn the roux. That's the worst thing you can do. Don't walk off. And you see how it thickened up real fast, right? When I added like a dough. It's a little bit too dry for me, so I'm going to add some more butter. Bam. And give that a whirl. I'm going to cook this because this is raw flour. So what we want it to do, we want this flour to end up smelling like a pie crust, like a cooked pie crust. Who doesn't like pie? Okay. Your heat, not all the way on high, like medium high. You don't want to burn it. So this is going to take a little patience. Now, the longer you let it cook here like this, the faster you can make your whole entire gravy, because you don't want to taste raw dough, raw flour in your gravy, right? That would be a major fail. I'm going to spice it up with a little cayenne. And I'm going to cook that, let it cook in with the dough right now. You see how white the flour was? Now it's starting to turn a blonde. And it's got a little red color in there because I hit it with some cayenne, but we want this to be a golden color, like a brown. We're going to brown this gravy. We're not going to burn it. You need cold milk. Your cold milk is going to come next. The reason why you want it cold, folks, is so it doesn't lump on you. Ever had that gravy and there's just a big clunk of flour there? You have to bite into it. It's nasty. I've actually gone to restaurants before, diners across the country, and seen that, and I'm like, who in the hell is cooking back there? Fire that man or that woman. See, I have my milk candy here. It's ready to go. I'll be using double. That's just 2 cups. I'm going to actually use another 2 cups. But I'm going to start off with the 2. My gallon of milk's right here on the counter. And this is still cooking away. This is not ready yet. If you see the color in here, this is still not ready. It's getting there, but you have to be patient. Now also, if you're the type that wants to throw some garlic in, now would be a good time. You would throw it in there and let that garlic mix in with all this flour. And you see, the roux, it was really thick at first. I added some more butter. Now look at it. Starting to look like a sauce. Okay, that's what we want. We're going to add all this milk in just a few minutes here. I'm going to keep stirring this. This is probably got another 60 seconds, folks. So we'll be back. All right, guys, it's been a minute. I'm throwing in my sausage. You could have cooked the sausage first. It doesn't matter. Some people will say, oh, no, cook the sausage first. And I agree. Yeah, cook the sausage first. But I didn't this time. It's all going to taste the same, though. This sausage has been sitting on the counter. This is about 8 ounces of sausage right here. And this has got maple syrup in it, Jimmy Dean's. Smells delicious right now. The smell of that just smells like it's time to eat some breakfast pancakes and get busy with it. So I'm going to brown this sausage up. I'm going to just keep on frying this together. It doesn't take long to cook that sausage because, you know, it's at room temperature and it's already minced up and it's thin. You can see it's already browning. And I just started. So I would say cook this for about 2 minutes like this. Meanwhile, you're letting that flour cook more, which is good. We don't want a flour in our taste in our gravy. All right, that's getting nice and happy. So your goal is about 2 minutes or whatever you desire. You know, you don't want to eat raw sausage, so you're just looking at the color in here. And you notice I'm using a silicone whisk because I got a non-stick pan. You don't want to just use metal on your non-stick pans, or you'll be going to the store buying a lot of pans every month, right? Especially teach your kids that, because when they start making grilled cheese sandwiches or anything and they're messing up your nice expensive pans, that's not fun for anyone. All right, so that's basically just about done here with that part, with the cooking of the sausage. Well, if you could smell this, it smells so delicious. You got that butter and the flour, the maple syrup sausage, making my mouth water. All right, now we're going to go in for the gravy. This is where the magic happens. We got cold milk right here. We're going to add a little bit at a time. We're not going to dump it all in there. We're going to just start mixing it. We're going to incorporate this and we're going to let that flour break up. And it'll be thick because we don't have all the liquid in there yet. We're going to minimize the clumps by doing this. Now I'm going to add some more. Like that flour that's mixed with that meat will start breaking down. You can see how thick it is right here. And then it's thin, it's getting thinner. But it's still thick, so notice I'm pouring in like a quarter at a time. And I'm just going to keep on stirring because that's important. All right, now it's starting to feel more like a gravy, but it's still really, really thick because we haven't even used half of the milk that we're actually going to use. So that's why I say, folks, you cannot leave the stove when you're making a roux or a sauce or a gravy. It's go time at that point. It's all about that business. So now it's starting to come into a gravy. It's pretty thick now. You can see the consistency. All right. Well, that's too thick. So we're going in with more milk. I'm going to pour in about half this time. And we're going to keep whisking away. Yep. Look at the consistency of this. You don't see the lumps. All you see is that sausage in there. There's no lumps of flour. That's what we were looking for. That's the good stuff right there. So now that that's in, I'm going to dump the rest in. And now it's really soupy. But guess what, folks? We're not done. We're going to have to cook this down and reduce it to your thickness. So now that it's like that, I'm going to let it kind of simmer. And I'm going to hit it with some fresh pepper. We like pepper here. I don't know about y'all. But that's how we do it. I'm going to add some salt. Remember, don't get crazy with the salt because you got sausage in there. That's already salty as it is. So everybody likes different salt. So I'll let everybody here basically go crazy with the salt shaker till their heart is, singing with joy. I'm just going to keep mixing here. But the sauce is done. It's just got to simmer and it's going to reduce down. So we're waiting on our vegetables right now. And when they get close, I'll start frying up the chicken fried steak. We'll be back. Okay, folks, you're seeing that it's starting to simmer here. So now the sauce is going to reduce down. And you're going to take it down to whatever consistency you like. Some people like really thick gravy. Some like it thin. Some like it medium. Whatever your taste is, this is your opportunity to keep an eye on it. Use a fork or use a spoon or a spatula and just kind of see, oh, okay, it might be too runny for me. So I'm going to let it keep going down a little bit. You don't want to crank it up on extra high if you're going to not watch it. So if you're going to walk away, let's say, oh, I got to go watch the kids. I got to do something. Someone's at the door. Crank it down, especially when it starts to simmer like that. Take it down to a simmering type of thing here on the dial. All right. Okay, folks. We'll be back. All right, guys. My sauce is thickened up, but I'm going to add some chicken bouillon to this. This is the better than bouillon. You could add fresh chicken stock to it, or you don't have to add it, but I want some extra salt in this and some extra flavoring. And like I said, feel free to add onion powder, garlic powder, whatever you like. Or whatever you have on hand, because sometimes you're out of stuff. Doesn't mean you can't make it. Okay, so I'm going to incorporate all that in. I'm going to let it get happy. As you can see, it's thickened up quite a bit from the last time we spoke. So now we have a gravy. I still have to fry up my steak. So as that's happening, I'm going to let this keep going. I'm getting happy in here. You taste the maple syrup in there. It's delicious. So chicken fried steak time, guys. So we're going to get right into it. We got our beef. We got our flour. It's seasoned. It's got paprika, salt, pepper. If you want to add onion powder, garlic powder, or whatever other spices you want, now's your chance. Okay? No, we're just going to keep it pretty basic and simple with that. We're going to do the old shake and bake routine. I have some beaten up eggs here. We're going to transfer a piece of meat like this, right? Cube steak right into the bag. And then we'll seal it. And we're just going to coat that really well. And we're going to do that with all of it. And then it's going to get an egg bath. Okay? So you see how it is now. It's nice and coated. Then it will go in here. Just like that. I want to make sure it gets coated well. And I'm going to put it right here on the tray. I got another piece of meat in here. Not bad. Let that soak in with the egg. Yes, your hands are going to get, your fingers are going to get dirty. But when it hits the table, you know it was all worth it. And when you're done with this bag, you just throw it away. So don't worry about mucking up the bag or anything like that. It's just going to go in the garbage anyway. And chicken fried steak is really simple, you know. Don't overthink it. Don't try to turn it into rocket science. Okay? Because it's just minute steak. And you want to serve that, you know, you want to have the timing done on this. Like you want it off the stove right onto the table. Because you got a batter. And so you're going to lose, the longer it sits there, it's going to lose its consistency of crunchiness. And your stuff that you fried is going to, just like fried chicken, if you leave it out long enough, it's just going to not be so crispy. So you want to serve it fast. If you're an animal, well, you'll just eat that stuff cold. So it just depends on where you're at in life. I've done both, so, you know, it doesn't matter to me. If I'm hungry, I'll eat anything. But I love tasty food. You can see now if you just use a Ziploc bag or any kind of plastic bag that you can get on, it's going to simplify your life when it comes to this process. Or you're going to just be with your fingers or a fork, and it's going to take you forever. But as you can see, I already have a whole platter of meat here. I'm using one of our pizza pans to hold it in. All right, folks, there it is, and we will see you at the stove in a few minutes. Guys, pan is ready. It's hot. In we go. Always splash away from yourself. You don't want to burn yourself. All right. Now this is minute steak. They call it minute steak because it cooks in a minute. So we're going to sit here for about 60 seconds and then we're going to flip it. All right. So We'll be back in 60 seconds. All right, guys, it's been about a minute, just a little bit over. We're going to check it out. See that? My heat is not on totally high. It's medium high. It smells delicious in here. You know, like we cannot wait to eat this. Don't make the mistake of turning it on too high because you got flour and all you're going to do is burn that flour that's on that steak before the steak is cooked, right? So we're not trying to do that. So we're going to go medium high and we're going to be patient. Meanwhile, just remember, your sauce is getting happy over here. And you can see now, I'm going to show you how thick it is. There's the consistency that we're going to use today. And you can see that sausage in there. And boy, does it smell good. Set your clock either on your stove or your cell phone, or just watch a clock so you know when the 2 minutes is up. I would say a minute and a half to 2 minutes, depending on what kind of pan you have and what kind of heat you have. But other than that, you're not going to need to sit here and, look at the thickness of these steaks. They're pretty small. They're pretty thin. They're like what? A little bit under a half an inch maybe. They're not that thick. So you're not going to need a lot of cooking time with this. So really about 2 minutes per side, maybe a little bit less. You be the judge. You want it extra crispy? You want a little bit more darker, a little bit lighter? You are the master of your own steak, so that's up to you. What are we cooking in?
Lard.
We're using lard today, as usual, to cook our steak. We don't do the seed oils anymore because we know science has proven that it's come out and it causes cancer. So we got to go back to old school. Our ancestors, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, they cooked in lard, folks, and they lived to be 100 years old. And if you ever switch over to lard, I challenge you, start using beef tallow or lard, and you're going to see the flavor of whatever you're making. Your fried chicken is going to be better. Your steaks will be better. Everything's going to be better. So I don't know what that is. Well, we're getting that out. It's a piece of egg. All right, folks. That's it. I don't know. Egg. Okay, guys. It was fun. It was great making the gravy and this chicken fried steak, but now it's time to get to business. This is the brass tacks. Now we get to actually eat this bad boy. Yes. It's probably my favorite part. I'm just going to cut it in there. We're going to taste that maple syrup sausage in there. I could probably eat that every day of my life, actually. You got to try this. Recipes listed below. Make sure you try the gravy. Remember, folks, don't walk away. Oh, thanks, Chad. I just want you to remember one thing. Do not leave the roux alone. Stay there, consistently stir it in. If you do, you're going to burn it. It's going to turn it lumpy. Use the cold milk. If you do, look, folks, this gravy's ready to go. Remember how thin it was? It was thick at first, then thin. Now, It's perfect. Keep it like that. Enjoy it with your family. The recipes are listed below. Make sure you follow all our other links, and you too will be eating good food. See you later.